Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven Maureen, and today I want to talk to you about Simplicity Pattern 9388, which is what I fondly call the shacket. So if you're not familiar with where I get the term shacket from, it's shirt and jacket, shacket. And so this style came out, I want to say like maybe 2020. The style did. So I saw on like all the blogs, like all the cool girls and fashion people were like wearing it and things like that. And I thought it was really dope then. And then Simplicity came out with this pattern maybe late last year. And I wanted to see how like it would go. You know, you can look at people review things on the internet and see their versions, and it lives up to its name. So I want to talk to you guys about this pattern. I did View B, which is the mid-size pattern here. So it hits like right around your thigh area. And it does come with 2 breast pockets, hand pockets on the side. And then of course, I think you need like 9 buttons if you do View B, 8 if you do C. You just need a ton of buttons. And then the fabric that it calls for this pattern, I'm reading off here. You can do chino, corduroy. They even have broadcloth listed on here. Lightweight denim, flannel, linen blends, stretch wovens, tweed, wool type sweatshirt fleece, which I thought was interesting, but I can actually see that. And then for the lining, flannel, cotton, polyester. So my lining, I did like a cotton blend gingham that matches the outer pieces. And I decided to go with tan because whenever I would look up inspo pictures for a shacket, all the cool girls were wearing tan. And I was like, I have to make a tan one. So anyway, before I get into all of that, I do want to talk about that this is a unisex pattern. So if you have a honey dip out there, or brother, uncle, father, whoever, you can actually use this pattern to make them a shacket as well. It's kind of like a lumberjack Bob the Builder type, really boxy. I did hear a couple of girls talk about how the long version, you may have to grade your pattern pieces. If you're blessed with a little bit more hip than me, I'm kind of like balanced, I guess you could say. Like I have the same amount in my bust area as I do in my hip area. So I don't always have that forethought to think about that, but some people do. So if I had to rate this pattern, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It loses 2 points for me for 2 reasons. I wish that it was a curved hem at the bottom. There were a lot of indie patterns that did something very similar, and all of them, I believe, had curved bottoms at the end. And I went back and forth when I was making this pattern, like, do I want to do that? And I opted not to do it. But if I make another one, I think I will do a curved hem because I just feel like that's the only thing it was lacking, honestly. The other thing I want to note is that there were some issues with the placket, and I actually was tipped off to that when I did a couple of reels for this pattern on Instagram. And a few ladies DM me, made comments underneath the reel saying that the placket was an issue. And so I wasn't even up to the placket part when I posted the reel. So when I went into it, I was like, okay, everyone said the placket is a concern. Let me look at it. And I actually have a story highlight on Instagram that shows how I kind of went around that and made it work for me. There's some There are some markings like dots to watch out for on the shirt front. And if you look at the pattern pieces flat, you should be able to see that those dots are supposed to line up with the placket and the collar. But if you're sewing and if you haven't stay stitched as well, and that was the other thing, if you haven't stay stitched and if you are noticing that your collar is shifting, then your collar will not sit on those dots properly. So it's very important that when you are making this pattern that you stay stitch those necklines almost immediately. So 1, it doesn't stretch, and 2, that when you are sewing your collar down, that you are making sure that those end points match right there on those dots. The other thing, I actually want to give Simplicity their flowers for describing the burrito method pretty well in the instructions. I am not a fan of the burrito method, and I think because the first time I ever did one, it was like problematic for me. And so, but this, I read through them very thoroughly, and I wanted to see, like, because I understood what they were talking about, but I read it to make sure that if I was new to sewing, would I be able to understand it? And it was actually pretty good instruction. I'm not even gonna lie. I did like, I'm looking at my notes, I did like that the placket was an actual separate piece. A lot of times I've noticed in simplicity patterns, or just patterns in general, they have that fold in one. You know, you fold it in a 1/2 inch and then another full inch and you interface on the inside. I liked that the placket was separate because then it allowed for like color blocking. And I think this whole pattern really allows for color blocking, from the collar, the pockets, the cuffs, even the yoke on the back. You can do so much with this pattern, and I hope that more people make this because I think it just allows for so much creativity. So this pattern also has a partial lining, but I did see on Instagram a bunch of girls did a full lining, which I thought was fabulous. Hats off to y'all. I didn't do that, but if you're out there and you want to do a full lining, go for it. All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.